Hello Aries, welcome to a timeless Justice for Aries reading where we discuss the topic of justice. However, the conversation would like to lead itself for one of the two sister energies that I read for on this channel, which is on this channel for Sekhmet. Bear in mind that in her delivery of having the conversation of justice, it may, for you, the listener, come off as merciful or merciless. However, bear in mind it is in true form of the highest form of vibrational context I can deliver these disclosures for you, and that you need to remember that you've tapped into a collective reading that I, Seventh, am holding at this time. This is not a personal one-to-one connection that you and I have made time for. So bear that in mind as you take the bits and pieces that are to your liking or resonancy, and leave anything behind with me as you leave the reading behind. All right, Aries, again, whatever brings you here is in true form. Also, however, you are in relationship to the sign of, or the word of Aries. I am Seventh, aka Master Seventh, that reads these energies. I am a master healer that provides remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights such as this. Bear in mind the description box below will have further content for you as to how to travel between the two sister channels that I have to offer, as well as gaining access to my website. It will give you more information as to who I am as Seventh, as well as booking any type of service that I haven't made available for you at this time. The steps of process is, and how to, I don't know why they want me to tell you this, or disclose this, but the steps of process and how to get a service of me is strategically done. So although it might be a bit, if there's resistance, it's only to prove your effort towards showing up, okay? Take it or leave it. All right, in regards to the reading, remember that feminine and masculine energies are non-gender specific. However, femininity both has feminine and masculine energies, as well as masculinity having feminine and masculine energies. There's a lot of anxiety coming through here. Waiting for something, okay? Three of Wands, a trajectory of some kind. Maybe a bit closure. But you understand in some way or another that whatever it is that is coming, it's not really to close off a deal with the Nine of Pentacles here. Something's still in motion. The Devil card here. For a lot of you, faith is being questioned, yeah. The Nine of Swords here. Discomforts in the realm of what it means to be isolated, okay? There's a lot of you are basing your actions towards doing something, because to not do something causes anxiety to come and flow and be overwhelming, especially at nighttime where you're forced to be alone and forced to kind of like allow the energies that want to come and inundate you while you're slumbering to come and introduce themselves is very overwhelming. Yeah, the Moon. It's like a tsunami of emotions, tsunami of political strife, tsunami of chaos here in the room, very loud here with muffler sound. And not being able to allocate why your body is triggered of that conscientious understanding, and then allocating it safely to something that you can feel grounded upon. That journey of allocation is difficult at this time. Not impossible, but difficult. Queen of Pentacles here with the Wheel of Fortune. You're meant to embrace this cycle. You're meant to embrace these emotions. You're meant to embrace the enchilance of what it means to be human and have the sensory ability to feel in the sensories that make you who you are. The perception that comes from this journey is a journey that will help you reaffirm who and what you are. Maybe also find more affirmation into your faith, into your own sense of judgment, your own sense of discipline, your own sense of worthiness. consent, boundaries, everything having to do with shadow self, to be honest. Justice is in the room here. Sekhmet is in the room. So to have a relationship with her is relevant to me, seventh, disclosing these energies as her. Okay, that's where the ego of you and I might dance of differences and complexities and hashtag fact checking me or anything that could be. It is as pressing as to not needing to have a fact base of resources for someone to ask you why you have the faith that you have or why you have the belief that you do. Belief and faith and plenty of other topics prove that there is this ceremonial process in that is not to be judged by another person but yourself. And that is important for you to find strength in order to revoke internal pleas that are asking you, the ego, to reach a sense of disclosure, reach a sense of cognitive ability and aptitude to understand, even if it just means understanding, and riding the wave of who and what you are without needing to stand in the same chaos and preach about it and yell to be heard, because you realize those that yell are often not the ones that are heard. And you're learning this philosophy externally and internally, and justifying that in the internal equilibrium for what you are is that sacred, ceremonial, cathartic, detoxing process of being human. So these vibrations are coming through to you, the human, feeling these vibrations. If you are cognitively able to question why you can feel these feelings and need to label them coming from somewhere, well, then you also have a plethora of tools and labels to help you find a storyline. I mean, the elephant in the room, and this is for a lot of people, is religion. Alright, and then we have the full disclosure here, Ten of Pentacles, finding that sense of understanding that there is possibly, quite loudly, a need to internally find a sense of equilibrium, which will include ugly parts, pretty parts, and making them a cocktail worth sipping on, and embracing that. Can't be any more clearer said than that. Physical reaction is also a spiritual detox, okay? And when I say spiritual, I'm not asking you to remember symbolism and then equate it to esoterics. I want you to take the unbelievable, label that as spiritual, and then have a relationship with that, and then use the tools of maybe symbolism and all those resources to apply your reasoning to self. This is about you. This is about you honoring who and what you are and unfolding, letting go, regrowing, planting, harvesting. This is about the eclipse of self. 9/11. As we have the Queen of Wands and the Lovers come out, right? That is that embrace of feminine, masculine energy, being non-gender specific. The hammer of the creator energy is a feminine aspect of getting into a symbiosis of a relationship, because we have to, for the energies I read for, folks, it's feminine. It reaches you deeply and intuitively and makes you question who and what you are. That's femininity. Femininity is doing that job. And it doesn't care how you look like, but it is the femininity part of you that frequents these feelings, because it's a frequency. 9:55. a Two of Cups. Making amends, justice. Making amends to what? You don't know, but it feels good. You have an eye on a certain situation, and that eye is more of your intuitive knowledge as to what you can't really put words to, but the feeling is great. The feeling is euphoric. The feeling seems like it's exactly at the right time. And we have the Emperor. Your energy is Aries. So whatever it is that you feel is a power of action. That's the creator of masculinity reaching you. And then the feminine energy of asking you to participate in a song and dance is the feminine aspect. That is the aspect of swimming with feminine and masculine energies that are non-gender specific. Okay. Your intuitive process, the intuitive eye, the intuitive knowing, the intuitive whatever, the intuitive questioning, the intuitive challenge, the fight, the stance, the warrior, the rebellion. That's your job. That's your duty. That's your inner personal mission. And you, in the eye of that makes who and what you are, is only going to justify those transactions, isn't it? Alright, with that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing.